Welcome back and thank you for joining us again on another Stream 101 tutorial series video. In this video, there's been some changes with Radio DJ's preferred plugin, AltaCast. No longer part of, the developer's no longer making it a part of Radio DJ or a plugin for Radio DJ, but they are still contributing to the community and still making a standalone plugin. So we're going to show you how to install and configure that. So obviously Radio DJ is already installed here, and first thing we're going to do, we're going to head out to our good old friend Google and search for AltaCast. Head over to AltaCast website. Again, we're going to be looking for the standalone edition, so we're just going to head over to the download section and look at AltaCast Standalone 1.1. Okay, so while that's downloading, we'll be skipping ahead in the video here. We're going to go ahead and link to all the AltaCast website, direct links and everything for you that you're going to need to do for Radio DJ, MariaDB, and AltaCast. All be in the description for you as well. Also, while we're waiting, if you're looking at starting your own internet radio station, head over to stream101.com. We've got some great packages for you. We also have our Cloud DJ software that works great with other broadcast softwares that can be used, and we think you'll really enjoy our streaming service. Great reviews all the time, so head on over there and start streaming today. AltaCast done, downloaded. We'll go ahead and run it. Just accept the defaults here, and I like to create a desktop icon. Go ahead and launch that. Looks like there's a couple things missing, which is pretty standard. If we look at the requirements here on AltaCast website, you can see that we didn't necessarily follow all of them. We just downloaded the encoder, and that doesn't work very well. So we need to download the MP3 codec. So I'm going to open that in a new tab, and we're also going to need to download the C++ runtime. So the runtime is going to start downloading, and we're going to start by grabbing the lame encoder, which is for MP3. Now, depending on which version of Windows you have, 64-bit or 32, you'll download the appropriate version. We have the 32-bit version on this computer, so we're going to go ahead and download that. So now that these downloads have finished up, we're going to go ahead and run the C++ installer real quick. Of course, we read it. I'm not going to send the information to Microsoft. Go ahead and install here, click finish. So now we'll be able to actually launch the software, AltaCast. But first we're going to go ahead and extract the lame encoder that we just downloaded. Open it up, you're going to see quite a few files in here. We really only need this lame encoder file right here. So I'm going to copy that, and then we're going to head to the place where we installed it. In our case, it's C Program Files AltaCast. We'll just paste that right in there. As mentioned before, we put a link right on our desktop for AltaCast, so go ahead and double click that. Now we can see that it's back up and running. And now we're able to configure our codecs. So we're going to now head over to the media control panel for Stream 101. So we'll head to our Wayne website, log into the media control panel using our username and password that we were given, and head over to Quick Links. Scroll about halfway down. We've got all of our host name information, server port, server type, maximum bitrate, all the information we're going to need. We're going to go ahead and open this up here. We'll press Add Encoder. Right-click that to configure. And now we basically just copy all this information here. So quality I just set at 128, which we can just check use bitrate. It basically does the same thing. For this purpose, we'll use bitrate 128. Obviously, that's our maximum bit rate here. I recommend 44.1 kilohertz as your sample rate, which is default. We'll just leave it as is. Now we're going to head and change this to MP3 lame, which is what we just downloaded. As you can see, our server type is not IceCast, it's Shoutcast, so we're going to go ahead and change that. Server IP is also known as your host name, so we'll go ahead and type that in. Server port, we're going to type that. And encoder password. As noted here, that's the source password, not necessarily the admin password that we use to log in. However, When you first sign up, it is the same. Mount point is going to be ignored, so we'll just go ahead and erase it because it's not a Shoutcast or an IceCast server. As always, I like to set this to reconnect at 1 second. If we head over to the yellow page settings here, we're going to call this the Stream 101 demo station. Test demo. We'll change this to our website. Advanced settings, if you want to save an archive, great. We don't really need to do that. It's going to create a huge space, so we're all set here. Now, we set this up to connect every 1 second. Your live recording, this is where you're going to pick your encoder. Typically line in if you have a mixer or a stereo mix. This is actually a virtual machine, so it doesn't actually have a line in. Next thing I recommend is connecting to the auto connect. But first, we're going to choose our metadata here. So we like to include our metadata. This is our streaming information. By default, I like to just do c:"nowplaying.txt. And we'll head over to the Radio DJ as well to grab that information. Okay. So now all of our AltaCast is set up. One final thing we're going to do in Radio DJ, we're going to go to Options here. Go to Options again. Stream Titles. So within the Stream Titles page, you're going to kind of set your radio station name, slogan, things like that. We're going to go ahead and accept these defaults. As you can see, the station's already playing. So what it does is if we go into our C drive, it put a now playing file here. Now it's locked, so we can't actually see what it says. But every time a track changes, Radio DJ automatically is going to update this now playing file, which AltaCast is going to pick up. So if we go ahead and just change to the next song here. Oops. Just change to the next song, go back to AltaCast. We'll go ahead and connect here. It looks like it can't open the metadata file here, and I know why. So we're connected here. Looks like we just didn't specify it with the proper connection path here. Just double check here. Obviously it's working now. I just forgot to, in the beginning, be case sensitive. So we have it set to check every 60 seconds. You can make that earlier if you want. If you want to check every 15, that's great. If you want to check every 1, that's fine too. It doesn't matter. But that's pretty much the gist of it. Shouldn't have any problems other than that. As always, thank you for watching. And if you're interested in starting up your own radio station, visit our website, stream101.com.